Maria Christine Añasco from BSES CRM 1A. And now I'm going to represent my summary about ecological principle. It is the physical environment plus the biota and people that combine to generate the distinctive Arctic habitats and ecosystems that range from polar desert to boreal forest, from streams and lakes to great rivers, and from the rich continental shelf to the productive oceans. These systems and the participating organisms are still evolving because the region is very young and geological and evolutionary time scales. There are many different ways to consider the tundra, its lake and rivers, the coast, the seas, and the ocean. You can describe them in your own way, but it is important to remember that there are general scientific rules or principles that apply to ecological systems and that help you to explore them systematically. In this module, a series of basic principles are outlined as a framework for the contents of other modules. The summary of ecological principles, they may seem a bit academic and theoretical, but ecology is much more than simply identifying and listing plants, knowing where birds nest, or putting up fences to protect some rare species. It is about understanding how the landscape or the lake and river or coast, seas, or ocean has changed, is changing, and is likely to change it. It's about how different species interact with each other. And with the environment, how it all fits together in time and space, what the system's important dynamics and controls are. This module describes some of the main ecological principles or guidelines to help you to look at animals, plants, habitats, landscape, or regions, and think about the dynamics that shape them and their futures. The principles are the basic tools or concepts with which to analyze and describe the system and understand the factors that have shaped it. The term biodiversity means much more than simply the number of species that you can count the biodiversity. The Arctic is widely considered to be a region with low biodiversity that is poor in number of species. Yet, three broad types of biodiversity are recognized representing different taxonomic skills: the genetic diversity, species richness, and habitat or ecosystem diversity. The practice of conserving and preserving the variety of genes, species, habits, ecosystems, and even culture is agreed as keeping your will intact. This is because biodiversity is for everyone's survival, since everything necessary for health, food, fuel, and services comes from it. The physical and physiological characteristic of an individual species can tell you much about how they survive or do not survive. In particular environment, it tells how individual population vary with time, what controls them, and how they are linked in food webs with varying productivity. Communities change with time and follow repeatable successions. We may try to manage these communities or population. Our understanding of the ecological principles will to a large extent determine our success. These principles are actually models that they are simplification of the conflict's real world. They are not hard and fast rules they can guide our thinking, but you have to apply them sensibly and scientifically.